Starting, it's happening. General Joe.
All right.
All right.
And it's we're not talking about that podcast.
We're not talking about that.
We're starting. We're your hosts. I'm Gabe.
I'm G or Gordon and
I'm Terry T-Bone.
T-Bone.
Oh.
T-Bone. And today we're going to talk about crime, but we'll probably talk something about that and then talk about other things.
Yeah. So that was that piece that T-Bone just played. That was something from a cartoon that Gabe and I were going to do a long time ago. Remember the General Joe?
Yeah, it was
Tanky and Planey, and we had
we actually had a whole script. You might even still have it.
It's in a box somewhere. I was just looking for something else, and I came across a bunch of those
somewhere.
That was going to be a stop motion. We were making models.
Was that going to be a regular cartoon one? Because I think you even made a couple of. Anyways, yeah, it was going to be a kids show turned very.
Yeah, I thought that you guys had great ideas. There was lager and stout. There was
dude.
Oh, we've made a
lager and stout would have been great.
Yeah.
Why did we got so fucking lazy about that?
I don't know. Because it's a lot of work.
It is.
It's a lot of work to make an animated something.
We did the two, and that was a fucking year each, man, to just get through, slog that.
Yeah.
Breakfast at Brittany's.
We're doing it I mean, it's a lot easier now.
It's easier now.
There was way more,
If we were to rekindle and for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Gordon and I used to do animation, our own productions, and then Terry got involved.
Yes.
And we there's a couple of them. You can see them on YouTube. Lothar, King of Metal, and Breakfast at Brittany's. They're both still, to this day, on YouTube. Yeah. And they're, that's been, we're working on 20 years at this point.
Yeah, when did we do that? Was it 2007,
Lothar was
wasn't it?
2007, yeah.
Yeah.
So and technology wasn't nearly as cool then, and we were using some, like $100 point-and-click camera.
I'm thinking it probably might not be so hard to do.
Oh, it's much easier
at this point.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a lot easier.
It's a lot easier. I have so much stuff now to do it with that it's in a
supercomputer.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Yes.
Yeah, I was looking at a new computer last night actually because I need to replace my Apple. I've had this for a few years now. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, that's my Apple. It's going to be wildly expensive to replace. So,
speaking of that, I am looking at you right now through my new AirBook 15-inch.
Whoa!
That I just picked up. It was. I didn't get all the Gucci stuff on it, but you know what? The other one was starting to glitch. What's that?
Do you need all the Gucci stuff on it?
No, I don't. I don't need any of the Gucci stuff. I don't need any of that.
Yeah.
I
do, especially if we're going to ever rekindle our animation.
Yes. So. You need to have something.
I'll tell you right now, you guys are sitting on all that stuff and all those good ideas. It's a crime.
It is. Way to bring it back.
Way to swing.
Way to swing it back. Well, yeah, we were going to talk about crime today. That's what you see here in the presentation. I put a little blood splotch on the first thing.
I saw that. Look at that.
Yeah. Wasn't that was cool, right?
Oh, yes. Just noticed that.
You know what? Before we start with talking about crime, I wanted to tell everybody that we do not advocate violence. No matter what we say in this, we're not advocating any kind of violence. That's our disclaimer.
Bullying things or
don't be violent.
We're in it for everything's funny. That's,
Yes.
Violence.
Yeah.
This is we're like a Tom and Jerry cartoon that you don't try this at home. How's that? Okay.
So I was going to say earlier this morning, I just got back. I literally just sat in the chair because we got back from going up to the mountain and looking at places to buy. Gabe's parents are up there, and
you mean Pine Mountain?
Pine Mountain, yeah. And we met a familiar friend up there, and it's pretty up there, and thinking about making that move. But before you leave to go to Pine Mountain, you got to go get snacks for the trip.
Oh yeah, yes you do.
And I'm a terrible snack picker, right? I'm terrible at it. So
why are you
I go inside
picking?
Huh?
Why are you terrible at snack picking?
I don't know. I think it's particularly Stephanie that makes me anxious. I get snack anxiety when
Do you
I'm
walk out
there.
with corn nuts and that's it?
Yeah, at this time, here's what happens. This is what happens. I go inside. She's like, "Give me a Diet Coke, give me some water, and pick some snacks." And he's looking at me like, "Don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up." And I'm like, "All right." And so I go in there, and everything that's playing in my head is every time she comes back, and I come back with stuff. She's like, "What the fuck is all this? What are you doing with this?" And so
Am I supposed to make a meatloaf with this?
I come back, and of course I forgot the Diet Coke. She's like, I said, get me a Diet Coke. I said, oh, fuck. All right. I'm going back into Diet Coke. She's got the operation coming up. She's keeping a match, trying not to go into places. Right. So I go in to get the Diet Coke and I'm pouring a coffee. I'm like, fuck, I'll get a coffee. And here she comes through the door. She comes through the door because I know she's looked in the sack. And what I have picked is not good. So she's in there to rectify my snack choices. So that happened this morning. And,
What is
What
your
did you
idea
pick?
of a Pine Mountain snack?
What did you pick that wasn't good?
I had shellless pistachios, a bag of Sour Patch Kids, and
You
I
are
had-
bad at snacks.
dude, how is that bad?
Dude,
What's wrong with
I
that?
would be pissed too if you brought those.
Will you?
Like,
Why?
Yeah, because that doesn't sound good. Like the combination sounds.
Well, you don't eat them
especially
together,
terrible.
of course. You don't do that, but
I don't know.
well, you would
Dude.
trust Terry with snack picking. What would you do? No, not so much.
Snack? Oh, yeah, I'm a great snack picker.
Yeah, you're in charge. You're in charge of picking snacks, right?
Yep.
The
Sure.
Sour Patch, like you're in the car, dude. You need something that's. Both of those are really. Those
Well,
are-
I'll say this: I ate the pistachios, and she ate the Sour Patch Kids. So it's not that I was bad at it. It's just that
Well, they're not.
Maybe I
Those
was-
aren't bad. Those aren't bad to eat. In general, it's just weird for a car. That is weird. I have to agree. I agree with.
And
I agree with your girl on this.
doing the best that I can. So I'm in there. I'm thinking to myself, I got fucking anxiety. I'm like, fucking, I don't know. Whatever I pick is going to be wrong. I don't know what to do. Am I making ice cream? Do you make a hot dog and you get some fucking beef jerky? Like, what is it? What do you need?
you're
yeah.
gonna
I mean,
roll in with ice cream for everybody. You're going to be a winner every time.
This is true.
Dude,
So
how about
you're
just
gonna clean up on
chips?
this. Chips?
Yeah.
Chips. Just get potato chips. Everybody loves potato chips.
Everybody does love
Just
potato.
standard old potato chips.
Potato chips. Yeah, you could get barbecue.
It's a terrible
You could get-
snack.
Don't get barbecue.
It's not a terrible snack. What? It's probably the most popular snack.
It isn't.
In the
You're going to
world.
get stuff on your fingers. You're trying to drive. You got all the fingers. You got the dust now. All the
What? Wait.
And it's
the
greasy.
Sour Patch Kids aren't going to get anything on your
no,
your
they
fingers.
don't. They're not greasy.
sticky.
They're not greasy like
They're
chips.
They have tons of citric acid on, probably wearing your fingers away.
I'm speaking to you through shortened teeth right now because
I
they're
know, that's true. Those are bad. You know what? Speaking of candy, so we didn't have any trick or treaters at my house, but I bought the big bag of candy at Costco,
We all
and
do.
I bought the sour one, and I basically dude, that was like 5 pounds of candy, and I friggin' freebased
Did you put
it
that
to
down?
my head. Dude,
dude.
You're a champion.
You did it because you knew you weren't going to get any trick or treaters, and you were
Dude,
going to
I-
take that to your head.
I swear I ate that whole bag of candy, and I felt bad about it too. Like a couple days later when it's all gone, because I would just have a couple at a time, be like, "Oh, I'll just have a couple. Oh, I'll just have a couple more. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll just have a couple more."
Yeah.
And dude, the whole thing was gone. Like liquor, like my teeth are gone now. I'm sure. Like I'm positive.
Too.
All that sugar and acid, terrible. So yeah, that was bad.
You mix it with Coke, it's even better.
I mean, I was mixing it with LaCroix, so
Yeah.
which also has citric acid in it, I'm sure.
Does yeah.
So anyway, I'm just like a ball of salt and citric acid and sugar. Basically,
Crime against your body.
that's my diet. That's why I'm tired all the time.
Mhm.
But at least I don't commit crimes. Bringing it back.
At least we don't commit crimes, or try not to. Try not to commit crimes.
Yeah. Well, crime is a terrible thing, and I think that
Crime
we
is a
can all
terrible thing
agree.
to waste.
Yeah. But I made this slide here that goes over some types of crime, because last night I was looking at what are the types of crime? There are a lot of effing types of crime, man.
Oh yeah.
And-
In this day and age, we got to put war crimes in there.
I know. I mean, dude, I don't know what. I just said some here because I can't
Yeah.
put them all down. So I got here a couple of things, and I don't know if you guys want to elaborate on any crimes against persons. So that's like you're violent
Covers a
against
lot.
somebody. Yeah.
It covers a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Crimes against morality. So that's the victimless crimes like prostitution and drugs. That's why you see it in the picture there. It's somebody shooting heroin.
Oh, is that what that is? I couldn't
Yeah,
tell
well, it's
what
a
that was.
crime and it's a victimless crime. I know those are
Yes.
tiny pictures.
Some places,
Um,
sodomy is a crime. You know. That's
yeah,
what-
that's
sodomy
be a
gets around.
victimless crime, sort of. There's crimes against property, so that's like car theft or you like break somebody's window. So
Vandal.
white collar crime,
Yeah.
I got a picture of what's his name,
That's Sam.
Sam Bankman-Fried or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He's going to prison for 1,000 years.
Sammy.
And hate crimes.
How much
and-
did they give to him? How much time did they actually give him? I
Well,
forgot.
they haven't
what he-
given it to him. He hasn't gotten it yet.
Yeah.
He's just been convicted. They just haven't sentenced him, right?
You
Yeah,
know,
he's gonna be
I get
sentenced
blips
for
about
life.
this. I'm like, what exactly has he done? He would defrauded people over money. They just send him money. Oh, he's pretending to be an investor. Is that what he was doing?
It was sort of a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, he
Like-
was robbing Peter to pay Paul. He was
Yeah.
funding his other companies through the money that people were bringing into him for him
Right.
to invest in.
That's frowned upon because, as far as white collar crimes go, when you defraud the rich, you get in trouble. Now, if
Well,
it had been a
yeah,
bunch
you-
of poor people, I doubt that it would be the same thing.
With the
Now
bull.
you're okay. Now you're all right, kid. Just don't stay away from the pores. Just go stick with the pores.
Well, that's the thing about crime in general, which I wanted to talk about, is that, okay, there's all these types of crime, but there's a lot of crime that's like, it's subjective. Like, for example, crimes against morality or white collar crime. Like, is it really that bad? Some of the things? I don't know. That's what all I'm saying is there's, it depends on who you commit crimes against, whether or not you actually get punished for it. And in our society, at least, I think. I don't know what you guys think of that, but
Well, I mean,
I mean, like marijuana in some places isn't legal, so you get in trouble for that, but it doesn't.
yeah, I mean, not just in trouble. In some countries that I've been to, you get like thrown in jail for the rest of your life for possession of that.
Have you been in a Turkish prison?
No, I have not.
have you ever seen a grown man naked? So with this, it sounds like with this we gotta talk about punishment. This should be
Well,
like
we
crime
will.
and punishment
Well, we will. I've
because
actually,
it varies so drastically. It like you said, the places
does.
you've been, you could get thrown in jail for life for having a doobie. Do they even call doobies? Is it doobies now? Can we still say doobies?
It's kosher.
Probably
to call
not.
it doobie still.
There's
No,
Is
once
it?
or
Okay.
something now.
It's kind of vintage, right?
Yeah, well, you're kind of vintage, so
For sure. Yeah. Have you committed a crime? Have you? Has anybody?
oh God, this was so the next slide here. Have you committed a crime? Because crimes involve criminals and victims. So I thought we would go both sides here. I was wondering if you guys have ever committed a crime, but then I realized when I said this that like saying that you did is self-incriminating, so it's probably not a good idea to mention if you did. So
Well-
I just assume none of us have ever committed.
Well, I
a
can
crime.
I think I can talk about stealing from Sib's Market when I was young in Stockton,
Ah.
because Sib's Market's not there anymore. So
Can you tell us what Sib's Market was?
it was
and
just
where?
a grocery store. It was middle of a little shopping center in the 70s. It was the anchor for that little shopping center. Down at the end of the shopping center was one of my favorite places, be the Park Meadows Park.
What city is this in?
It's a
that you're
variety
talking
store,
about?
Stockton, California. Now, speaking of crime, I just saw another thing. One of the 10 most dangerous cities in the United States.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day, it was pretty okay as long as you stayed out of the south part of that
It sounded
town.
like, it sounded like you might have started something over
I
there.
was gonna say you stealing from Sib's Market might have been the.
I didn't know this.
catalyst.
I didn't know this when I did it, and I probably wouldn't have.
Around you was like, oh, I guess it's okay to just fucking do whatever the fuck you want, man.
Well, what did you steal from Sib's Market?
Well, I didn't. I think I stole. I think I stole a Slim Jim. You kind of reach in to get a Slim Jim. You leave your jacket open a little bit.
Snacks, dude.
Duh.
Can't even steal the right snacks.
We had a method. We had a plan. It was like, let the jacket go open a little bit. Then when you're reaching in there, a couple extra will go up the sleeve. You grab one, couple extra up the sleeve. You know,
You gotta
we
create
were
distraction if you're gonna do it right, and you're gonna
Yeah.
go
So
team.
well, we were sitting around, and we were stupid about it too, because we were sitting around, Dennis and I. We were standing there for an extraordinary amount of time, and then everybody's looking around guilty, you know, like we're trying to figure out what it is we're going to steal. And the guy slides up to it, goes, "What the fuck are you two doing here?" And the fucking dude from the store, "What are you fucking doing right now?" Get the fuck out of here. He knew we were trying to steal. He knew we were like fucking looking sketchy as
He
fuck.
was
I'm not, I
probably a
can't
little
even,
baffled. Like, these kids are, who steals a
that was all the trouble you got into? That was it?
you know, not am I only bad at picking snacks. You know, has been exploded. I'm bad at stealing. I'm really bad at it.
You just got kicked out of the store, though? Nothing
Got kicked
else?
out of the store. I did steal something from the liquor store down the end. I never did steal anything from the variety store down the other end, because that's where I went to place asteroids. And
You don't want to get booted out of there.
Didn't want to get booted out of the asteroids place.
no, that was about the only place when asteroids came out. Do you remember when asteroids came out? How many places had that? You know, it's like really. You're too. Well, Gabe won't know.
I was a little too young to remember when asteroids came.
Yeah, his first game was probably a Grand Theft Auto game. Like
No, that's not true.
he was born in the era of the PS1.
I was. I had an Atari 2600, bitch.
Yeah,
okay.
so
So
you do know. You do know.
I do know.
What was the jungle game? That one?
Pitfall.
Pitfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that game.
All that. That was good stuff.
I'm
Centipede's on there too. You got Centipede on that?
Yeah, we had Centipede up at the variety store. That was a good thing.
I had ColecoVision.
I did too.
ColecoVision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ColecoVision.
I did not have that. I stuck with my 2600 forever. I was just poor. We were poor.
ColecoVision was like marginally better. Even though they were in the advertisements in the 80s, they was like, ColecoVision, amazing, almost the arcade. Not at all. No.
Almost the arcade. Yeah, that's not true.
It could.
Kid Rock's little small friend, he passed away, Joe C. I think he had more game than Coleco, is what he said.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that was a pretty good line.
Oh, he did. Yeah, that is
He
good.
brought that Coleco back in, but you know.
You know what? I'm trying to think of crimes I committed. I guess that at the time when marijuana was illegal, I did smoke some marijuana. So.
Oh yes, well I did that. There's a crime that happened with me.
That's,
High school.
That's a victimless crime, though.
So who do you answer to in a crime in that aspect? Yourself or?
Well, I mean the authorities if they catch you.
Well, I guess buying 300 hits of acid, that's a crime too, right? Santa
Yeah.
Cruz?
It's fucking distribution, my friend.
Yeah.
That's
I got it.
It's probably still is a crime.
Off a guy in a trench coat in a park in Santa Cruz.
Whoa.
Yeah. Bald dude in a trench coat.
Probably wasn't even acid.
Well, this how it happened. We rolled up into Santa Cruz because we knew somebody there had acid, and we were specifically looking for acid. And I saw a place that was cooking wheat bread pizza, and I thought, hippies, dude, fucking pull over there. Anybody eating a wheat bread pizza is a fucking hippie, and they're gonna know where the shit is. And it's sure as shit, dude. We rolled right up. There was a dude standing out there eating a slice of wheat bread pizza. I said, "Where's the acid?" And he goes, "Bald dude in the park, trench coat. Go that way." I did. He was standing right in the middle of the park. I walked right up. "Where's the shit?" He's like, "Fucking, how much you want?" I said, 300 hits. It was that easy.
He said, "Go get me a pizza."
Wow.
And with that, I was a dealer.
Mm.
I was really bad at that too.
We're actually opening up some
Yeah.
wounds here.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, and then we had to. I used all my money to buy acid, so then we had to panhandle a gas station to get enough gas to go home. That's
That
how
sounds about
retarded.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how.
That's a Northern
how silly.
California thing. I hitchhiked up there too.
Hella good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my grandma's old '64 Chevy. I was like, "Yeah, we're not gonna make it home. We gotta do something. Who's got money? Nobody's got money.
Gosh.
Nobody ate. Just spent everything on the acid."
There I am. I have been a victim.
Oh yeah. Now my next one is victims. Have you been the victim of a crime? And I think we could all say yes to this.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on. How come I'm the only one airing my fucking cheese and nobody else has got to say anything to say?
I
You
said I
smoked
smoked
some weed. You never did anything else other than that?
I mean, nothing I'm going to cop
That you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to cop to my
Yeah,
shit? You're not going to cop to anything.
No. Why
All
would
right.
I?
Well, I guess that's the kind of show that you want to
I'm
have,
a white
Gabriel.
collar worker. I can't say anything that I do.
Yes. All right. Have you been a victim?
I have. I've had my car broken into. Except that every time like I had something stolen from my car, it was something weird. Like like a homeless person went through it or something and didn't
That's
really.
happened to me. Yeah, I've
That's
lost jackets and chains.
That has
never.
also happened to me.
It
Yeah.
was never anything like big.
Yeah. It's like, what happened here? What went on here?
You didn't
I had
have
a homeless person bust into the job site one time, and they did weird things. They took like a saw, but then they had batteries and stuff, and they would wander around and just kind of leave them weird places. I'm like, this person was crazy. They were just, you know.
I did. I had so, and I don't remember very well because I remember we talked about me being on like traveling with the Grateful Dead kind of thing.
Yes.
That's a crime in itself.
It is. It is.
Somebody
Fucking-
took my
How
car.
many years does that get?
Somebody took my car, a '69 Malibu Chevelle, at the time.
Oh.
It's a nice car.
I don't know how that all happened. I don't remember. This is now 30 years ago, so I don't remember all the details. But I remember not knowing where my car was, then running into some kid that I had met in the wilderness where we were all camping, and him being like, "I know where your car is." He was like a 10-year-old, and I was like, "Where?" He's like, "Oh, I know the people who have your car." And so I like, of course, being hippies, we were terrified to do this, but I called the cops or like went to the cops and they went and got my car back. I got my car back. Isn't that
Really?
weird? Like my car was basically stolen and then we got it back.
And
But
the kid, a 10-year-old kid, knew the situation
knew
and
where
told.
knew where the car was. Like he actually saw me like walking around because I have been given up. Like, oh, I guess I just lost my car. And
He's
then,
like, "What's wrong, mister?" And you're like, "Get out of here, kid. Leave me the hell alone. Somebody stole my '69 Chevelle."
well, I
What
think
color is it?
I now that
I
see
said,
now
"Get
it's-
out of here."
Some of it's coming back. I think I gave him a dog. Like somebody gave me a dog and then I gave him a dog. This is the kind of thing that happened. This is
What in the
there are
fuck?
many long stories that go with this.
What in the fuck are you talking
I
about?
don't think we don't have time for this.
I
This
got a
is-
dog, and then I gave the dog to this kid, and then told him my car got stolen, and they
This
went
is-
and found it for me.
Dude, this
Are you
doesn't-
sure you weren't this a fucking complete acid trip when you
Dude,
did this whole thing?
I mean, I'm sure I
You might have
was.
Did some of those acid hits that
you did some acids. You
I'm
smoked
sure
a little
I
bit,
probably bought them from somebody who bought them from Gordon.
Probably him.
little too much
Probably.
out of the chillum.
Yeah, it was probably we probably stopped in Stockton and like some guy came out, hey bro.
Dude, what's in this chillum, dude? I'm getting really fucking high right now.
Yeah,
Here,
so,
you want a dog? I guess so.
so I've been a victim. How about you, Terry? Victim
Yeah,
of
yeah.
crime. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think I told you guys a story just maybe the first
Yeah.
podcast.
You almost got killed.
Oh, that's
Man.
right. You got run after with a
That was
machete.
recently, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
then
was
Gabe
just-
made fun of you for wanting to have pepper spray to protect
No,
yourself.
I didn't
from
make
crazy
fun of
machete
him.
wielding.
I think that pepper spray's fine.
You
I
made fun of me,
I made
which
fun
is
of you
I.
because you carry a gallon of pepper spray, which is
I
insane.
don't. I
You
don't.
do. The thing, it's not a normal pepper spray. No, dude. it's
It
not
isn't a normal pepper
It's
spray,
not
but you know what? You know what they have? See, dude, I'm always in the future, and that's why you need to understand. I'm fucking thinking so many steps ahead because in Pine Mountain they do have fucking bears.
Oh, that's bear spray. Well, the bear spray doesn't work on bears. That's
Apparently,
what
the
I
black bears don't really
heard. Yeah, they don't
aren't
care.
really too much of a problem, though.
It's
They
just a
kinda-
snack.
It's a snack.
Yeah. It's
They're
like, oh,
apparently they're pretty docile, so I don't know.
Smells delicious.
I still don't want to run into it in case it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this next slide, I just wanted to distinguish it, with crime the difference between because crimes are something that's illegal, and then you get, there's some kind of justice involved, but there's illegal versus unethical, right? And unethical doesn't mean that something's illegal. So some things that we think are crimes or think should be crimes are not crimes. I mentioned a few things that I think are unethical. They're not crimes, but they should be. So too much money, and I have a picture of Elon Musk, who I can't stand, and I don't think that anybody.
Which, for some reason, the way you've got that picture done looks like he might be bald. Isn't it weird? It looks like
Well,
he's.
he is.
You can
dude.
see it. Is he
But
bald?
Dude, he is, but he's got but he is because there's pictures of him like
He
going
does.
bald.
You're right.
So
Yeah.
he's got like plugs or something now.
Yeah.
Like Jeff Bezos was when you would see that,
Mhm.
when he was starting off Amazon.
Yeah.
Or
Bad hair day.
Jeremy Piven. You ever look at a picture of Jeremy Piven?
Yeah, that's another one.
Like back in the day, and then now it's like it's all perfect. You're like,
Oh, I was gonna say these are all infected.
Yeah, these would all be considered infected.
why don't you like Elon Musk?
Dude, because he's a jerk.
He's a man of science.
Well, no, it says it right there because he's a Gabe is very. He's got too much money, and this has always been a talking point of Gabe's.
That's not a crime, is
The
it?
people with too much money should just give it away, give it back.
Dude, you
to the
don't need
people.
that much. You don't need that much. You don't.
You don't.
When you can't possibly.
So you
say
found a
you
way to amass that much money. You don't really need it. Well, what would you do?
You
What
didn't
would
find
you
a
do
way.
if it was you?
No. First of all, your whole you just glazed over the whole premise of this, which is, oh, you found a way. You friggin' did a bunch of dirty ass shit to get there, or you got fucking lucky, or you were born advantaged and used it. There's nobody on earth needs to have billions of dollars. Nobody. There isn't a
No. This
single
brings up a
person on Earth.
question.
But somebody's
Both
got
of you guys. Now, Gabe's already answered. T-Bone. People say that if you have this much money, there's no way you came about it in an ethical way.
That's right. That's why we have unethical.
What about the guy who won the lottery?
He's about to be
That's a
unethical.
whole other thing.
He's about to get unethical.
Dude, if I won that much money, like $1 billion,
It's
I'd
about
give
to get
most of
unethical
it
in
away.
here.
Yeah, I'd give most of it
I'm
away.
finally above the law.
I'm finally above the law. What was that on?
Kingpin.
This
Bigger
guy. This asshole right there.
Legal corruption.
Abuse of power. All him
Yeah,
too.
legal corruption. I put a picture of Clarence Thomas. I mean,
Yeah.
he's been corrupt, but legally, there's nothing wrong with him. Like some donor buying his mom's house or whatever for ridiculous amount of money. I'm sure.
Well, wasn't it his wife, Ginny Thomas,
Right
who
behind
was...
Trump giving him back rubs.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah.
Doing a little... And I think when people are like, hey, there's a little bit of a conflict there, don't you think? You're like you're a Trumper, and then you go home and you're laying down or you're blowing your husband there. And, well, you can't really say much if you're blowing him, but pillow talk afterwards is more like, hey, why don't we go easy on the guy with the fucking weird hair? You know,
Yeah.
let's let him, do some shit. Matter of fact, it's going to be great if we overturn Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
I don't understand
We're
why
not going to
that's,
talk about that.
why that's a thing. Yeah, no, we're not talking about that.
I'm not
Le-
talking about
Yeah, that's why I put legal corruption, though, because Clarence Thomas basically has taken what are essentially bribes and just legally. So, I don't know.
Well, that's a big statement. Have you seen? I don't know much about it. Have you? Is he literally taking bribes,
Dude,
or do you
yes,
know?
because-
You know that he has.
Okay, so this is the situation. If
I'll give
I
you a list
say
of
to
that.
you, you're the Supreme Court Justice, and I'm like, hey, man, you want to go on
Hey,
a...
man.
You want to go on a sweet
Hey,
vacation?
Dad. You want to go on a sweet vacation? Fuck yeah, man. When could we go? Fucking right now, man.
If I offer you an awesome vacation and you are down for it, and then I'm like, and you know what? Just one of the things that's really bothering me is that rich people don't have more rights than everybody else. So if you could just rule in the favor of rich people, you wouldn't even say that. You'd just be like, you know, I wish somebody would do something about that, about rich people not having nearly enough power, even though we're almost godlike. But because I would like to be completely godlike and not just a demigod, I need somebody, not you, but just somebody to do something about that in this ruling that's coming up. Oh, really enjoy your time on my yacht. You know, that's what I'm saying. That's legal corruption in my
No, it
opinion.
says right here that he accepted a $267,000 RV as a gift.
Yes, this was the recent one.
What a
Yeah,
That's
recently
not a
this
bribe?
has been
Vehicle
It's a
with
bribe.
financing from that dude, and then
well, like,
he accepted more. He accepted at least 38 vacations, 26 private jet flights, 8 flights by helicopter, a dozen VIP passes to sporting events, and stays at the luxury resorts, according to ProPublica.
wow, that is
I rest my
Yeah.
case. That's legal.
$42,000.
How is that even? That's.
It's legal. There's nothing against it. They don't have laws against it, but it's fully unethical.
Well, brings me to the same thing, which is like fucking. God, it just jumped right out of my head. It's one of my fucking least favorite things that happens in the government. It's like, the fucking businesses that come in and give you money and do the same thing. Fucking
Yeah,
lobbying.
Lobbying.
I don't understand how this is allowed to happen.
Uh,
But it's totally normal. It's like, here's the check for 80 grand. Here's
Dude,
this beach house. And
go
it's
back
like,
to
by the way,
go back to my first thing, which too much money is unethical. Because when you have too much money, you have the power to do all this stuff. That's all I'm saying.
what do
But
they say about
someone's
power?
gotta have too much money. There's gonna be somebody with the most money, right?
I mean, there doesn't have to be. There could be a maximum wage just like there's a minimum wage.
We look at the centers and stuff too. It's like, they make a decent wage, but it's not a lot of money. Now, they
then
start
they get
making pretty good money when they start getting gifts and people start giving them
That's what
things.
it
It's
is.
like,
Yeah.
this is a good gig. Hey, this is a bitchin' gig.
That's
The
what I'm
perks
saying.
are fucking off the chart. This is,
It's
who
bad.
doesn't want this? Yeah.
It's bad.
It's abuse.
Yeah, that's why I made this next slide, which says justice, because I'm not sure if justice actually happens in a lot of crimes. Like, I'm sure there is some, but okay, the other thing I wanted to mention is sometimes people don't commit crimes, get accused of crimes, and then the justice system tries to convict them because basically the people in the justice system, it's in their interest of their careers to have the most convictions. And so they don't really care whether somebody's innocent or not. Just as long as they get the fucking ding on their... Like, think about district attorneys. They don't care. They just, like... They're not looking to see if you're innocent or guilty. They're just... You're guilty to them. Because they just want to make you guilty so they have another notch on their fucking shillelagh or whatever it is. And, I mean, that's what it is, right?
You really think that's what it is? A district attorney? Fuck it. I want another notch on my shillelagh.
Yeah, because...
Let's notch a shillelagh.
Because those notches mean better gigs in the future or more or whatever. I don't know. I'm not into that. I'm not in that world. I don't know, but that's what it seems like to me.
You don't want to know from me.
Yeah, and I watch a lot of I have watched a lot of Law and Order, so I know that's true.
You watch a lot of police procedurals.
Yeah,
Got your shit down. Yeah, that is how it goes in real life, right?
A lot of Columbo. So
Yeah. Ah.
Wait, was he the guy with the fucking parrot? Or was he at a
No,
parrot?
Columbo was the way
one more thing.
watch one. Let me ask you something.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
ask you.
remember?
1 second. Let me just hang on a second.
Okay.
Before I leave.
Well, the one with the parrot was Beretta. That's the one who kept killing all his wives or something like that.
Beretta.
Oh no, yeah.
He shot his wife.
That actual actor, whatever his name was,
Robert Blake. Yeah.
He killed his wife, so that was a crime right there.
Yeah.
And he was in a police procedural.
I'm not sure.
He pulled the fucking
He
neck.
killed his girlfriend too. He go around killing people.
He pulled his neck. He was at Vitel's or something like that.
Yeah, it was
Italian
in
place.
North Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was in North Hollywood.
Nice place. And he took his napkin off that was tucked into his shirt, and he went outside. He shot his girlfriend in the car, then went back in, finished his meatballs.
Yeah, that's right. Like a mobster. That was.
And he's in jail, yeah?
Well, he's dead, I think.
Is he dead or is he out? Is he out?
No, he cannot be still alive. He was like 100 then, and that was like 20 years ago. Hold
I can
on.
tell you right now.
We'll see who.
How old is Robert Blake?
Dead.
He's the oldest.
Yeah,
he's the oldest.
He's as old as you get, just dead.
He died in March of this year.
Really?
Oh, did he?
Are you serious?
Did he die in lockup?
No.
Let's see. He died.
They let him out to go to Vitelli's.
Natural. His spouse was Bonnie Lee Bakley.
Yeah, she's the one he killed with the gun at whatever it was.
With a
Vitelli.
candlestick in the library.
I played a lot of Clue as a kid.
Hey,
I played a lot of Clues, so right
That's how
there,
I know that about detective work.
Dude,
Oh,
I'm
yes.
telling you right now. I watch more
Yes.
crime TV. Snapped. I watch them all. True crime. I watch all that shit.
Do you?
You're a big true crime dude.
Well, you're probably more educated on this than I am, for sure.
Well,
which is surprising because I went to CSUN.
that
And
is,
you'd be surprised that anybody would know anything more than you
well,
because you were fully educated at CSUN.
That's true.
100% educated.
What?
come to
That
find out
I like
about
that. I'm going to
20
put that on my
years.
LinkedIn. I'm 100% educated.
Put it on a shirt.
In
100%
20 years,
educated.
they're going to find out that there's more serial killers come from CSUN than any
Yeah.
other school.
I think I went to a community college for a year or so I'm maybe like 25% educated. But I can put that on a shirt.
Well,
What are you gonna? It's kind of like this. Are you educated? I don't know. Kind of.
I got a
100%.
paper that says I am.
25%. That's all I got.
What were you saying about
Gabe,
100%?
100%.
100%.
100%.
100%. I'm putting it on my LinkedIn. I'm 100% educated, and I'm going to see what people do with that. Like, so you say you're 100% educated. What does that mean? It's just what it says. It says I'm 100% educated. I am.
You have to know all things in order to be 100% educated. All things.
You have to know a little bit about everything. I'd say.
You certainly don't know enough about math.
I'm not very good at math.
Oh, here we go.
Punishment.
There is punishment. Here
So
comes the
I
segment.
did make a slide for punishment, and as you can see, I put a few different punishments. Everything from the stocks, which is where they put your head and your hands into like the old days.
Oh, they do have the two holes. I thought I just saw the one hole there. I'm like, that's weird. And fucking, what do you do with the? Oh no, there's two hands there. So I want to talk about the stocks and what makes that. Because right now, if somebody put you in the stocks back in the day, and you're just hanging out in there, like how long would they put you in the stocks for? A day? You know, like out in the town square.
I don't know. I don't know a lot about what that was like. I mean, maybe they put you out for like a week.
What did they feed you? How long would you stay?
Somebody might have to if they want you to live. Like maybe
would you be left in the stocks?
Right?
Well, I mean that's a good question. How long were people left in the stocks? That's a really interesting question.
Medieval stocks and pillory definition. How long people left in stocks? Well, that would probably depend. Punishable by up to 6 hours. So it wasn't like a whole.
People in there for days.
They might have happened depending on what you were doing, but like that's a perfect opportunity to come up to somebody and like give them the full fucking Three Stooges, you know, and like you know your head's sticking out there. You just give them a fucking. Give them these. Give them these. You got your hands stuck, so you can't give them the one. You know what I mean? You got to get fucking poked.
I think that's the point. Is that people could spit on them or pee on them or whatever.
But I mean, maybe.
Do you think they did that though? Because now you're a townsperson, and unless you really hate that guy that's stuck in there,
dude, they're in the stocks. Everybody hates them.
What if you're at work and you can't to go throw a vegetable at this guy? You hate it.
Yeah,
you're gonna hold him longer than that. A shift's 8 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like 6 hours sounds like a short.
Look, if we got him in the stocks by 9, we're good for lunch.
I gotta throw some shit at this guy.
We're good for lunch. I mean, I finished a chicken bone and fucking ting right off his head.
And now,
but
do this shit for fun. I think.
Well, yeah. Then we're talking about a different thing.
Yeah.
But the question is, do you feel like an asshole if you're like, they're putting him in the stocks and they're basically saying, "Come on over and abuse this fucker. I kind of do whatever you want to do. You're gonna wiggle your dick in his face, or you're gonna throw some shit at him. You know, if you get yourself a stool, you can give him the old ass. What is the name for the ass crack around the fucking nose? There's got to be something called like a nasty Charlie. You give him the fucking, you give him the crab. You give him the crab. Give him the fucking the meaty crab. I don't know.
Sniffer. Envelope.
There you go.
God.
you give him the credit card swipe. That's what you do. Right down the crack.
Jesus, that's awful.
Well, I'm just saying, like you could go by and do some really nasty shit to this guy in 6 hours and make him fucking really sad.
I think that was what the punishment must have been was that you get like not only is it embarrassing, but people can do shit to you. So I think that's terrible.
But does that make you an asshole?
I mean, it's part of the punishment, I guess. I bet some
does
towns
that relieve you from being an ass?
I think some towns were probably nicer than others. Like maybe there was towns where the townspeople were like really jerks, and then other places where people were nice. I don't know. I'd
be more, if this guy did something to you to get there, then like, oh, now it's payback, bitch. You're right. You know what I mean? Now it's coming. Now I'm gonna fucking give you the old fucking.
Maybe that's what we should do. The old Trumpster. Just say everything's
Nothing would
okay.
make me feel better.
I would
I
vote
would
for
be
that.
front row.
Yeah,
I would vote for that hardcore.
I would vote for that. Okay, I also included an electric chair because
Right.
we still do execute people in the United States, although I'm going to give you guys my opinion of that, and I disagree with capital punishment. So
I knew you would.
I
How
am
did I
not.
know?
Yeah, that's 100 people who are 100% educated usually don't believe in capital punishment because we thought about it more.
I don't know. Yes, well,
How do you know when you get to 100% educated, though?
I think it's a
You
feeling.
know?
It
Isn't
is. It's a
Yeah,
feeling.
It's a feeling of superiority.
It is.
And then you know you're there.
But it's funny
See,
because even
they
before I
say-
was 100% educated, I already had the feeling of superiority.
That's
So,
true.
I was pretty much born
You
with that.
wasted your time in school.
I might have. I might have.
You told your teachers, like, hey, look, I'm just here for the mechanics of this. I'm already
You're welcome.
pretty sure. You're welcome. And you're welcome for me being in your class. So
I mean,
just,
CSUN should send me a gift or something
yeah,
because I think
they
that
should
Did they give
every
you 2
year
bags of
on your
money and a
birthday.
supercomputer?
Well, they do give you 2 bags of money when you leave, and
And a supercomputer.
yeah, and a supercomputer. So
Yeah.
I also have an executioner here. They used to chop off your head as punishment. That used to freak me out as a kid. You know, my mom took me to England when I was like 7 years old, and we went.
Was it the head chopping or the guillotining? Or both?
No, it was the head chopping because, and the reason it like okay, so I was 7 years old. We went to the Tower of London. I don't know if you've ever been to the Tower of London, but it's basically like a castle in London, and it was been there for a long time. And there's a lot of high profile people were executed there on a chopping block that's still fucking there. And so as a kid, I remember seeing it and being like, you know, this
Did it
is
smell?
the early. I don't think they let you touch it.
Yeah.
Just like it's
Would
really
you lay down and put your head on that thing?
what kind of freak no they don't let you do that, but I kind of freaked me
Why
out
not?
the idea that people had their head on there and had it chopped off. I don't know, as a kid it freaked me out, but my whole trip to England was kind of scary because we went to a lot of castles, and most castles have like torture devices and things in them. So as a child, but that was the kind of thing you were able to do with children in my day.
You couldn't do it. I was just watching a TikTok today, and this is how things have changed. I was watching a girl who was crying because her boss had said, "Look, if you can't come in on time, then you can't come to work." And she was saying that there was a legitimate issue called time blindness.
I'm sure
And
I
she was
have
actually
that.
had like she had just dried her eyes and said that it's not fair that they can't help somebody with time blindness. And like these are kids today. So you can't take a kid like that today to a castle. They'll be traumatized for the rest of their lives.
Well,
That's what's going on.
so of course I'm not in favor of of work. If it doesn't matter when you get somewhere, I don't know why you have to be there at a certain time. Like, that's my opinion. But if there is a legitimate reason why you need to be at work at a particular time, then I do understand that. But there's a lot of companies that they just want you there at a certain time because they arbitrarily
Because that's
want you.
what everybody in the building at 8.
Yeah,
That's when we're starting.
It's so stupid. So I think that's dumb. But yeah, I mean, but time blindness sounds like
That's fucking hysterical to me.
It's a thing.
So
it's a thing.
yeah,
It's a thing.
did you pull something up, T-Bone?
Yeah. So it says people with time blindness may have difficulties with related tasks related to time, such as estimating how long an activity will take, sticking to schedules, and recognizing when it's appropriate to start or finish tasks. Time blindness is often associated with conditions such as ADHD and autism spectrum disorder.
You gotta be
I'm
fucking kidding me.
I have time
right now.
blindness, I think.
You got to be fucking kidding me right now. That's just disorganization, is what it is.
Well,
Now, who said that? Who put that? Is that coming from a psychiatrist or a psychologist,
so I believe.
or is that another shithead kid who can't get it together?
Dude, I believe in this. I think this is a real thing.
You believe in all this soft bullshit?
No, it's not soft.
It is soft.
Make fucking discoveries just because you're behind the times. They make discoveries
I'm-
about things. You don't
No.
even believe in science.
You want? No, I do. Well, not the kind that fucking excuses the shit you can't get together.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you can't accept that there's new things, like
No, that's not a new thing.
I think
I
that
refuse
it's
it.
I think that it's true because of,
No.
so just because you're one of the people who's whatever it's called. Wait a second. There's
I brought this up because I thought it was fucking ridiculous, and I can't believe I get you support.
This time blindness
For time
gets
blindness.
my support. And hold on a second. What is it called? I can't remember.
Oh, the other one I think is fucking horseshit, like restless legs syndrome.
Dude, that exists. That I fucking have that. That I
don't have it.
I do.
You don't have restless legs syndrome. You don't.
I do have restless leg.
the
I have the
Jimmy leg.
thing where
You get the
okay,
Jimmy leg.
I'm bobbing my leg right now, but you know what I can do? I can just not.
dude, I've always moved my legs because they feel uncomfortable when they're not moving a lot of the time. Dude,
I
That's
do that
true.
too.
I do the
I
same.
don't need a fucking pill.
I've-
You do?
restless
my
like they
fingers
almost
always
hurt. They hurt. The restless leg syndrome. See, this is you're discrediting yourself because restless legs. They even have drugs for it.
That's my fucking point. It's crazy.
Is it
Stop moving your
marijuana?
legs around. You don't need a drug for it. You don't need a drug for that. Take drugs for that. T-Bone, you have restless leg syndrome? Did you say that?
No, I don't know what it's called that I have, but I am antsy as fuck. My foot's always tapping, my knees always. I always have my. I don't do it when I'm sleeping or in bed, but if I'm just sitting here, it's moving right
Oh
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
I think it's real. And speaking of
Playing drums all the time. I'm like,
syndromes,
I should buy a boat.
Ba-ba-doo, that's my boat. It's my boat.
I brought up.
You guys?
Does this look infected? Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
that
have
shit on the left.
I have 3 pictures. There's somebody's tongue that looks coated and has weird spots on it. It's a tongue. That is a tongue. Somebody's limb that has a bumpy rash that looks horrible. And Sam Bankman-Fried, who we talked about earlier. So I'll let you guys.
T-Bone, what do you think?
I don't know about the tongue. That looks like maybe a burn. I'm gonna say no on number 1, yes on number 2, and that guy's just fucked. I don't know if he's infected. He's just got a lot of trouble behind him.
Okay.
He has infected himself.
He has infected himself. So I'm gonna say no on 1, yes on 2, yes on 3.
Okay. You guys want the answers?
Hang on.
Go,
I
go.
think this tongue one, somebody stuck their shit onto a frozen pole, and this is what happens when you fucking pull it off too fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is like a frostbite thing or some kind of weird shit happened to his
I
tongue.
think it's a burn, actually. Yeah,
Do you think it's a burn?
I do.
Okay, you guys ready?
Oh, I know.
What is that arm thing? What is that? What is that? Alopecia? What do they call that? Fucking crusty?
No, you don't want to talk about that. Will Smith will smack you.
Crusty arm.
Out of nowhere.
I'm gonna say no, and yes.
Okay. Ready? You're
Go.
right, but you got
Yeah.
the things wrong. That tongue thing is called geographic tongue. It's a genetic disorder. So you
That is weird.
that's terrible. It's a very rare condition. Aquagenic urticaria, however you say it. It's a water allergy is the second one.
What the fuck? A water allergy?
Dude, you get
Is there
water
such
on
a,
yourself?
There's such a thing?
Yeah,
No way.
that happens.
No
to
way.
you.
You get water on yourself and that happens?
I
No.
read about this and I found out that people who have it actually they like wash themselves with baking soda and no water.
What the fuck? You allergic to water? I'm gonna look this up right now.
It's gnarly.
allergic.
It's gnarly.
It's true.
I have never heard of that.
And then
Are you looking it up, T-Bone?
Sam, he's definitely infected with going to prison for 100 years. So,
Yeah. Now, I did look that up, and that is a thing. But I want to go back to something earlier. We had said this time blindness. It says, is time blindness an excuse? And it says, fucking of course it's an excuse. Chronically late people have plenty of excuses.
Look at Gabe's face. He's like,
There's
no.
another one, time blindness. And it's actually a real thing. Sort of. It's not an actual medical condition, but doctors use
Oh.
time blindness as a way of talking about the concept of losing track of time. That's called smoking weed.
It's called it. Did you ever? Yeah.
well, I believe in it, and I think I have it. So
Super.
Oh no, you got lazy. That's what you have. You're lazy.
I'm
and
not
that's what
lazy.
you've got.
Who made this whole slideshow?
You're not lazy. Who said you're lazy?
No,
I said he's lazy.
he always says I'm
Really?
lazy. He says I'm lazy because I believe in science and I'm 100% educated. Those are the two reasons.
And he believes in time blindness, which is
I do
excusing
believe in time
anytime.
blindness.
Yes. All right.
All right. Well, hey, I made some AI art because
Okay.
because
That's a good one. I'd like to see what this looks like.
okay, so this is
I like this new segment.
this is yeah, it's just a quick one. So I asked it for a supermodel that resembles a hamburger, and it gave me a couple things, but this was my favorite. And
Wow.
Your favorite?
it's weird. Like the computer makes weird stuff.
That's like a hamburger hat, and then like a. What's the background about?
Dude, that's
What's
what
that, like
so that's what I'm most disturbed by is the background because it's like her body.
It looks like an ankle, like a heel, or like a. Is that like an ass? What is that?
I don't know, dude. And I don't know, like she's
The
got
first thing I thought was lower intestines when I saw it.
This is a weird.
Really?
This is a
I
weird
thought,
picture.
like somebody's body, like lower intestines.
What's the patchy color stuff that's going on? That's weird.
That's
dude.
just AI stuff, man. That's like AI does weird things, and this was one. Like this was my favorite one.
She's sad about it too. Look at her.
Yeah,
Look at her
and
lip.
it's an
Like
upset model. Like the model is not happy.
Yeah.
She's almost biting the side of her.
Yeah, it looks like she's biting her lip.
Oh, she's doing that thing that in the what's that movie? The stupid ass movie. Ugh, with
Well, I can almost see what you're thinking.
some Stars kid, Nepo baby was in it. I can't remember. It was like some.
Nepo babies.
I can't remember.
Is it Almost Famous?
No.
Did Almost Famous have that?
No, that's from that. It's that sex movie. What was it called?
Sex. Oh, you're talking about Dakota Johnson.
That's it, Dakota Johnson. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did that throughout that stupid movie. Like,
Oh, right. I never did see that movie. Did she do that?
I watched it once and it was terrible.
Do you see on the right hand side like her body, like that?
Yeah,
that whole thing
her
is like
body melts.
comes like right out of the side of her body,
like
like it's her arm, but
her
it's not.
her arm like melds into the background in a weird way. This is a weird picture.
I kind of like it. It's fucking weird,
It
though,
is
but
weird.
I like it.
Yeah, I liked it too. That's why I. So every week I'm gonna throw up another.
Wait, do you have some? Do you have another one?
No, the other ones were stupid. This was the only one that was
All
good.
right.
Worst thing ever? Anybody have a worst thing ever this week?
Just war in general, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you're being
Yeah.
pulled in every direction. It's violence is not the fucking answer.
That's right. I think that
We
I
didn't
should.
get into war crimes, but I think there's some shit going on, and I don't dude. I don't know who the fuck to believe. Media tosses you here, and your
They want to
you know,
keep you guessing. They don't want you to know.
Jewish friends are yelling at the Palestinians, and the Palestinians.
Yeah, it's
The whole
putting
thing is
things up,
awful.
and people are ripping them down, and I don't know.
I
So,
agree.
yeah, that's the worst thing. I really think that is.
I'm going to agree
You see how
with
people
you.
are putting like razor blades behind the papers now? Like, but did that really happen? I don't know. They're saying it did. Somebody didn't, like, oh, I tried to tear it down. There are razor blades behind it. Look, I'm bleeding.
Ooh, a new segment.
So I made a new segment.
Do you have one there?
I do.
What are we asking it?
I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Somebody gets to ask the Magic 8 Ball. So this is Ask
I'm
the
gonna
Magic
ask it
8 Ball.
this.
So I thought that, so this is a new segment, Ask the Magic 8 Ball, where we ask a Magic 8 Ball question. But here's the thing. I went to look at the history of the Magic 8 Ball. It's fucking so boring. Like, go to Wikipedia, look up Magic 8 Ball. Like, I thought it would be interesting. Like, it was invented by, a slave.
A
on
mystic,
the
a
plantation
fucking- yeah.
or something like that.
Houdini.
Houdini.
It
invented
wasn't
the
interesting
magic
at
eight
all.
ball.
And
No?
now Mattel makes them. But I've always liked Magic 8 Balls, so I thought that we could ask it.
I
Ask
have a
question.
really
Gabe?
snarky 9-ball, actually.
You have.
I do. I have a.
Do you have a snarky 9-ball?
Does,
Maybe I'll bring that out next week.
does anybody
No.
does anybody have a question?
Is
Or-
Gabe 100%?
Oh, educated.
Educated.
Great idea. Okay. Am I 100%? Oh, Magic 8 Ball. Am I 100% educated? Ooh. All right, let's see what it says. Okay. Just to show I'm not cheating. I don't think that you guys could see the answer,
can't
so I'll
see
just have
that,
to
no.
tell you what it says.
Oh, I trust you.
You may rely on it. Very.
He's so happy. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, my God.
That was great.
Oh, my God.
Good. Nice. Well, that's a good segment. Okay.
What else we got? Oh,
Math
math
problem.
Let's
math problem from last week.
It was 2. Did T-Bone pick 2?
Yeah,
Did you pick 2?
he used some.
No. I picked 0 because I thought it canceled it out in my head. But what it did, each side canceled it out and came down to 1, and then you added the 1 plus 1. It was 2. Yeah. So
Wow.
each side canceled it out.
Wow.
I came down on a minus 10x because I don't know.
Sounded
kooky.
My wife looked at it and she looked at it for like 2 seconds and said, "I think it's 2." So
that's crazy.
And since
You
she's
saw it all reduced down to 1 each.
Since she's like 200% educated, I decided that
she is 200% educated. Yeah, he's absolutely 200% educated.
And I have a new math problem for this week. So this is 8 minus I over 3 minus 2I. If the expression above is rewritten in the form A plus BI, where A and B are real numbers, what is the value of A? Of A. There you go. I thought it was of A and then a question mark, but it's just, what is the value of A? A plus BI. So anyway, I don't know.
Oh wait, there's a note. I equals, what is that? The
square root
of minus 1. Negative 1.
No idea what that is either.
I bet that's an important note, though.
I mean, the fact that they put a note in this problem. And here are the answer. The possible answers are 2, probably 2, because that was the one last week. I'm gonna go with that.
I'm gonna go with 3. No, because that comes down to 4. That's gonna come down to 1 minus I. So 4, 3. I'm gonna say 3.
Are you actually doing this?
Sure.
Wow. I didn't know you're so
Okay, are you writing down who said what?
He said 3. I'm saying 2. There's also 8 over 3 and 11 over 3. Yeah, I can write it down.
8 minus I.
You don't have to write it down.
Well, you guys remember what yours was. I'll remember next week that I got the right answer.
All right, here we go. A plus BI.
Uh-oh.
Where A and
Are
B
you trying to do
numbers.
this on a calculator?
No, it's...
Is he?
I don't know. I heard clicking.
No, that's my dog. That's my dog. I'm not clicking.
I'm not clicking.
I'm going to go 8 over 3.
8 over 3? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see what it is next. Well, we'll reveal the answer next week. But
All right.
I don't think we really learned anything about crime today.
No.
Anything about crime.
I don't think we made any progress on crime.
We talked about some of our own criminalities.
Yeah, we did.
And we got that aired out. Or at least I did.
Yes. I think that...
I stole from Sibs.
You did.
And
you did
tried to deal acid.
Yeah.
From a guy in a trench coat.
And
middle of a park in Santa Cruz.
I'm sure I bought acid and gave somebody my dog and got my car back.
Yeah, you gave somebody a dog, got your car back.
It wasn't my dog. It was a dog I got. So
yeah.
I got a dog.
You just regifted a dog.
Yeah. So I do want to mention before we leave.
Maybe I don't like science, but at least I don't regift animal life.
I was, to my credit, I was 18 years old. So
okay.
We have a website. It's the nottalkingaboutthat.com. Nottalkingaboutthat.com. All of our episodes are there, including the infamous mosquito episode, which Gordon hated. And
the
infamous mosquito episode.
You can email us at theguys@nottalkingaboutthat.com.
Is there any way to check if we have any followers?
Anybody? Well, I would say that the answer is no, because of the number of
well, wait a
views.
second, T-Bone. Didn't you say your daughter was your daughters and her friends were gonna actually? We got to start with family members because we don't have any friends. We got to start there.
It's friends and family,
friends and family. You got to start with that.
Friends and family. Let's get it out there.
All right, let's get out of here.
The answer is A, by the way, 2. I just
2. Is it really?
That's my best case. Yeah.
That's what I'll
find out next week.
I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not very good at math. I think your wife can look at it and
she'll probably look at it and know the answer, because that's what they do in those programs.
She'll go. That's so easy.
Well, I'd like to know next time we get together how many people have actually looked at this and.
It would be cool to look.
Is there any way to tell?
Well, I can. Well, if you just go to our YouTube account.
We have one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me how to get into that.
Oh my God! Can you have you ever visited our website?
No.
This is what I'm talking
All right,
about.
I'll visit the website. Is there anything
You
on there?
expect other people to other people to listen to our podcast?
Is there anything on there? Is there anything on the website?
Yeah, all of our episodes, including
Oh.
the infamous mosquito episode that Gordon hates.
I should watch that.
So get on there. I think that there's a few views of each thing at this point. Look, podcasts take a little while to get off the ground. You can't. But you know what? You guys need to promote to other people. So get out there.
I have to
start the.
All right. I'm gonna promote.
Send me the YouTube site so I can send that.
Okay,
on too.
just go. Just go to our website where you will find where everything is. You can click on an episode.
That's where the YouTube site is. It's on there.
Oh, fuck. Here's the thing. All of our episodes are fucking posted on the website. You can click on an episode and then
it'll take you to YouTube,
it'll take you
right?
to a YouTube or Spotify.
And I can watch it there.
Both of them are there. Yeah, you can. You can actually watch it there. Yes. Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube because we're published on YouTube and Spotify.
Oh, yes, and Spotify.
Are you saying we're published artists now?
I mean, I'm a published artist, so.
We're not, and I'm going to download some EDM music, and I'm going to have an EDM war with you.
Okay.
About publishing.
Yeah.
Great. Everyone's going to create a song this week and bring it in and see who's got the best one.
Okay.
Oh boy, I got to get.
Are we going to do that?
Get some software.
Please.
Okay, is that next week? Are we going to do?
No, it's not next week. Give me more time.
Oh, come
You don't
on.
need more time.
You don't need
You're
time.
just getting into a new job.
Dude,
You got tons of time.
Please,
at
come
work.
on. You can make
I'll
a
do it
song.
at work.
I already did the first part of that job for you. You're going to be sitting there doing nothing.
Come on. Okay,
We got saw cuts to go on. If that's layout saw cuts.
one week
Forget
you
it.
should be able to make a song.
All right. Well,
All
it
right.
was good talking to you guys.
Yeah.
Good talking to you.
Talking to you guys.
That's a wrap. Thanks, guys, and we'll see everybody next week. All none of our followers. So
Bye.
bye.
See you, homie.